So if you made it through my intro, you know that this Skoda Superb is a very spacious sedan and has a ton of clever features and gimmicks that really live up to the Skoda slogan of simply clever. So I was actually really surprised just how spacious this car is. They've given it even more wheelbase, 8 centimeters, and you really do feel that in the backseat. I mean, I'm almost 2 meters tall, 6'4", and I can actually sit behind myself with enough leg room. A little bit less headroom than I would like to have, but this really nice roofline just comes at a certain price, I guess. Most people will be very, very comfortable in the backseat of the Skoda Superb. And I have to say, talking about Skoda, of course we have to talk about value for money, because this car here in Germany starts at under 25,000 euros with the 1.4 liter TSI petrol engine and a 6-speed manual transmission, which is just an unbelievable price given what a really nice and spacious sedan you get for this kind of money. I have to say, my personal test car here that I have is almost twice as much money, because I drive one with the biggest diesel engine. I have the 190 horsepower TDI engine and the 6-speed DSG double clutch transmission in this car. And this car also has the highest trim level, the Laurin Klement trim, which offers a ton of standard equipment. I mean, this interior for me is really, really nice. You will never forget that you are in a Laurin Klement car, because there are so many logos, which, yeah, if you pay for it, I guess you get it. But it's just surprising to me what a nice interior you get in this car. Skoda cars for me always used to be, yeah, nice to drive, but interior-wise they, yeah, just never were able to live up to other brands. But they've done such a nice job over the years, and I think the Superb is actually the kind of car that really shows you nicely how their history has been developed over the last few years. I mean, this car here is selling better in Germany than their small Citigo car, and yeah, the Octavia, which I already tested last year, also is a very, very successful car here in Germany. So they've really done a nice job on this new Superb, I have to say. I mean, I was really, really enjoying it from the first meters I drove. And that brings me to the driving impressions here. Just like the interior, I guess this car, driving-wise, is right on the comfortable side. A friend of mine called it French, and yeah, I have to say he's right about that. This car really has a very soft suspension, and you find yourself driving it in a more relaxed and gentle manner. That's what the Superb is asking you for as a driver, I would say. So it wants to be driven gentle. You don't rush it, you just enjoy the comfort of this car. What's great, I think, for most drivers is the fact that the dash actually feels pretty low, so you have a great view on the road. Really nice visibility in this car, which of course helps given that it has quite a decent size to it. So yeah, you instantly feel comfortable in this car. Personally, I wish the steering wheel came out a little bit closer to me because I'm a tall guy. And these seats here, yeah, they don't offer any support in the upper shoulder area. So that's another reason why you instantly start to drive in a more relaxed manner with this car, I would say. Other things, well, we have a progressive steering system in this car, which also follows the theme of being a comfortable car. So the steering is really light. It firms up a little bit at higher speeds, but most of the time it's really light. Not much feel coming through it, but it really suits the car's overall character as a comfortable cruiser. I also have the DCC dynamic chassis control in this car, but if I'm honest with you, I've only driven this car in the eco mode. Yes, you could make your own individual setting with a sportier suspension setting, but to me it doesn't make a big difference. I find this car the most enjoyable driving it in the eco mode, just enjoying how comfortable it is and also having the benefit of getting the best fuel consumption from it. In the eco mode, this 6-speed DSG transmission also has a coasting function which it activates as often as possible, and that of course does help you with the fuel consumption. One of the reasons why I picked the big diesel engine here is I'm a big diesel fan in general. I like diesel cars, but also I think this is the best choice for people who will buy these cars as business cars, and there are a ton of people who will actually use these cars as business cars here in Germany driving long distance. And a big diesel engine just gives you a lot of range and cheaper running costs, I guess. So this 190 horsepower engine is the top of the range diesel. There's 2 smaller diesel engines available, which I think would work just as fine, just because you find yourself driving this car in a more relaxed manner. If you're more on the dynamic side of driving, I would actually consider the VW Passat, which I already tested, as an alternative that is a little bit sportier. Talking about running costs, what was my fuel consumption here? Well, in the eco mode, driving, yeah, really gentle, and just how the car actually feels like to me, how it wants to be driven. I've actually managed to drive this car with less than 6 liters on 100 kilometers, which, given the size of it, was really good to me. And I think that's really a practical consumption on a combined circle that every driver should be able to reach with this car. Driving a bit more dynamic, you can see 6.5 to 7 liters, of course. On the Autobahn, it's a little bit more than that, but still, given the size of this car, I was really happy with the consumption. So yeah, overall, the Skoda Superb is a really nice car to me. If you are looking for a comfortable long distance driving car as a business car, you could even let yourself be driven in the backseat of this car. I mean, the backseat really is one of the big arguments for the Skoda Superb, and the trunk of this car is just enormous. I mean, it holds over 600 liters of luggage without the backseats folded down, of course. And of course, we also have a station wagon or the estate version of the Superb available if you need even more space, which I think is the version that most people will actually go for. But I just love the look of the sedan. That's why I picked it here for the review. So yeah, in the end, I'm really enjoying this car as a comfortable cruiser. I like the fact that you get so much standard equipment, even though, yeah, little clever gimmicks like this trash bin here are a 20 euro option, and come on Skoda, offer that for free. It's a nice little touch here. Don't ask for 20 euros for that. That's just a little bit funky for me. But if you look for a business car, something to drive long distance with, I think the Skoda Superb is an awesome car. And I don't find many things that are wrong with it, looking at it from the business car and, yeah, long distance driving car side of things. Personally, I wish it was a little bit more dynamic, if I'm honest with you. I like cars that have a sportier suspension, a sportier steering, and even in this sport mode here, everything feels still very light and very comfortable, very comfort orientated to me. But that's really the only thing that I could criticize, alongside with the seats here, which, yeah, for me should offer more support, but most people would actually really enjoy them. So before I keep on rambling, guys, bit of a different review here, bit of a different car. Tell me what you think about the Skoda Superb. I know it's not available in all countries, but it's a very popular car here in Europe, and I really wanted to test drive one. Enjoyed my time in it a lot, and yeah, tell me what else you would like to see from this segment. If this is something that interests you, I will definitely have a look at other cars in this segment. Like I mentioned, I've already reviewed the latest VW Passat. And yeah, I hope to see you in one of the next reviews, guys. So take care, drive safely, and I see you soon.